Hello, my name is Ida Bagus Meditya. Today I will presenting about metallurgy, especially in discovering metal, historical overview. For the reference, I use metallurgy for the non-metallurgy book, created by Arthur C. Riordan. Content, there is 6 content in this presentation. The first is native metal, the second the Bronze Age, third making metal extractive practice, fourth iron, fifth discovery of modern metal, and sixth the refining of metal. Okay, we go to native metal. Native metal is any metal that found in pure metallic form in nature. Metal can be found as native deposit singly in alloy. The alloy include aluminium, antimony, arsenic, and cadmium. The Calotic period is named by the archaeologists give the time of period that immediately preceded the Bronze Age. This period is between 5,000 and 3,000 before century, and the first ancient men used native or naturally occurring and relative pure metal as a gold, silver, and copper. Because the observation that metal could be extracted from ores was vital to the development of metallurgy, because the number and the supply of native metal was quite limited. Before the metallurgical emerged as an art of science, the ancient metallurgists had to be aware that supply of raw material was not limited to the native metal. Okay, we go next. Here is the table of chronological list of development in the use of material. In this table, we know the date, the development, and the location where it's being. Like this, the date is before century in 6000, and development was earlier metal object of log native copper, and location is Near East. Now you can pause the video if you want to read it all. Okay, we will go next slide. The Bronze Age. The Bronze Age. Bronze Age was the time from around 2000 before century to 700 before century when people used bronze. Bronze was significantly stronger than the relative pure copper. Chemical analysis of typical bronze alloy from the ancient Middle East showed that alloy contained approximately 87% of copper, 10 to 11 percent of tin, and small amounts less than 1% of iron, nickel, lead, arsenic, and antimony. That is why bronze can use as a tool. So there is here we can see a photograph of ancient bronze casting. This casting is an example of the high level of perfection achieved in Chinese foundry. In the 7th century before century, the bronze in this casting contained less tin. Tin was typical of bronze weapon from the same area. We go next slide. Making metals extractive practice. Most of metallic element occurs naturally as mineral or ores, which are compounds that result from the reaction between metallic and non-metallic atom. Most copper, zinc, and lead are sulfides, while iron, aluminium are generally found in oxide ore. Extraction of the metal from these refractive ore requires work or energy to separate the metal from sulfur or oxygen. This energy can be supplied in the form of heat, and the first extraction were probably accidental. There is main methods of extracting metal. There are prometallurgy, hydrometallurgy, and electrometallurgy. Electrometallurgy. Prometallurgy is the extraction of metal from ore by chemical reaction at high temperature in fuel fire furnace. There is pyrometallurgy, may involve roasting and or smelting for the extraction of refinement of metal. Smelting refers to melting process that separates metal in fused form from non-metallic material. Hydrometallurgy is the leaching or removal of the metal from the ore body by passing a strongly acidic or alkaline solution over the ore. And electrometallurgy involves the extraction of metal from their ore by the application of large amount of electrical energy. We go next. Iron. The early name of iron means stone from heaven. It's several languages. This name probably resulted by because the iron used by the ancient men was literally from the heaven. Meteorite weighing from a few ounces to 10 of tons have been falling on Earth since its beginning. The meteorite frequently contained large quantities of metallic iron, and the first iron used by ancient men was from this stone. The stone called stone from heaven. Iron is a chemical element that the atomic number is 26 and Fe Latin ferrum for the symbol. It is a metal that belongs to first transition series and group 8 of periodic table. Okay, there are several types of iron based on their carbon content. First is pure iron. Pure iron has a very low carbon content, and it is the purest and the softest iron. Number 2, we got frog iron. Frog iron is iron that has low carbon content but is quite corrosion resistant. Cast iron. Cast iron is it has higher carbon content, usually between 2 to 4% in this in this is very hard and brittle iron. Okay, let me repeat the cast iron. Cast iron has a higher carbon content, usually between 2 to 4%, and this is very hard and brittle iron. The fourth is steel. Steel is the most commonly used iron in construction and manufacturing because the content carbon is in range of 0.2 to 2%. Okay, next we go to discovery of modern metal. Modern metals typically refer to metallic materials that have been developed or refined use advanced technique or technologies. These metals often possess superior properties such as strength, durability, conductivity, and corrosion resistance compared to the traditional metal. Alloying elements are generally added to improve the mechanical, electrical, or chemical properties of the other metal in fashion that are similar to the addition of tin to copper to improve the strength. Some of commercial use of the semi-metal Metal are described the subsequently. The first is beryllium, is added to copper to improve its strength. Next, there are cadmium. Cadmium was discovered in 1817 and is primarily found in Zane's ore. We cadmium we use to protect nuts, bolt, and the component that make of high strength steel or relative corrosion prone metal. Next, we have chromium that improve the resistance of steel to oxidation and corrosion. Next, we have tungsten. It was first refined from ore in 1783 and was originally called wolfrarium. And the next we had vanadium, is the among of hardest of all relative pure metal, and it was discovered in 1830. The next is magnesium. Magnesium is the lightest of the widely used structural metal. Magnesium is more than 1/3 lighter than aluminum. It was lighter. And next we got titanium. It was discovered about 1790 because the difficulty of freeing titanium from oxygen and nitrogen. It was not readily available as structural material until the 1940. Next, iridium. Next is iridium, rhodium, palladium, and platinum. They are all very dense and corrosion resistant. So that material is dense and corrosion resistant. The next is the most abundant element of the face of the earth, is the aluminium. Aluminium is the member of the family of metal that includes galliums, indium, and thallium. Okay, we next to the next slide. Refining of metals. Refining of metal is important step in removing contaminant and other mineral from the excavated raw metal. Metal refining method involve various techniques such as electrolysis, chemical separation, and thermal refining. Thermal refining of metal refers to process that purify extracted metal. Refining of metal, like the extraction of metal from ores, includes many ancient practices and more modern advances. For example, gold always occurs in the metallic state, and it can be extracted from the minerals by relatively simple means. Refining technique for the most metal are much more complicated but involves similar phenomena. Many techniques now used were not developed until quite recent time. Today, refining can be used to produce very pure metal like copper, gold, silver, aluminum, iron, and many other metals that can be purchased at the purity level of 99.999 plus minus percent, which is equivalent to 1 part impurity in 1 million. Okay. Okay, we go to the next slide. Okay, that's all about my presentation for today. Thank you for listening my presentation, and goodbye.